Back to another episode with Wellness with Mo. Hi, my name's Mo. Today's topic, we're going to talk about how you can break bad habits. I've been thinking about this issue for a while. All of us have bad habits that we picked up during the past few months, habits that we have had for like several years, decades, or habits that were a result of the coronavirus, the result of the pandemic. So how can we break these habits? The first thing is that you need to really embrace and accept bad habits. What do I mean by that? Well, simply, if I give you, for example, if I tell you that one of my bad habits was eating unhealthy. For a time, I thought that was something good. I didn't really care much about my health. I smoked a lot. I ate unhealthy food, especially fried, junk food a lot. I drank a lot of sodas. So these bad habits kept on piling, and was very, very difficult for me to remove them. So what I did is I accepted it. At that time, I wanted to eat that way. I accepted that this is a bad habit. I know it's a bad habit. And I tried several times to break it. But unfortunately, it was very, very difficult. So bad habits, you need to accept them. Creating bad habits or having bad habits, or you want to break bad habits, is the same way as you integrate and create a new habit. Like I talked before in our earlier episode, the first episode I did on the podcast, was our morning rituals. And morning rituals is a habit. Waking up early every day at the same time, doing the same thing automatically, without thinking twice, is a habit. But this is a good habit. And there are several things in habit formation. It applies on good habits, it applies on bad habits. Number one is there is a cue, a trigger that helps you to do this bad habit. And then there is a reward, okay, or as I would say, a trigger, and then there is a ritual of doing this bad habit, and then there is a reward, and then you keep on repeating. For example, if we're talking about bad diet or unhealthy diet, if my cue or my trigger was I want to eat McDonald's, so my ritual would be calling up Mac and asking for a McDonald's meal. Okay, my reward is eating the meal, and I would do it again and again and again. So how could I break such a habit if I cannot accept that this is a normal thing? Well, you need to know what are the triggers. How does it trigger you? What do you want? Oh, maybe you're lazy or procrastinating, so you don't want to cook. You don't want to do the extra mile by looking for healthy food, healthy alternatives. So it's much easier, much faster. This is all in your mind. Much faster, much easier, just to dial the number, order a Big Mac, a Coke, fries, and it will come to you in less than half an hour. So in less than half an hour, you'll be having your lunch. Okay, so how could I break such a bad habit or any habit that is not good for me? Well, very simple. It is, for me, on a personal level, it is willpower. If I have the will to and I want to break that habit, I will do it. If I have no willpower and if I have no motivation and my motivation is that I don't want to look good, okay, so I will not have the motivation of breaking the habit. So what do I do? Well, very simple. What I look at myself, in the mirror, I am aware that I'm, for example, overweight. So I tell myself that I need to do something. What can I do? I can call a dietitian, ask him for a new diet. Most probably I will do it the first 2 days. The third day, I'll give up. So I return to my bad habit. So nothing happened. Okay, what else can I do? Well, maybe if I put my head to it and say to myself, I'm going to break it. I'm going to stop eating bad food, unhealthy food, junk food, whatever you want to call it. So my first thing would be, and this is a true story, my first thing was stop sodas and stop junk food. Very simple. And look for alternatives. Maybe after a while it's a bit boring eating the same thing, but I would rather eat healthy food than eating the junk food. So it starts a little bit difficult. Everyone around you is eating the junk food. Everyone around you is having fun. But in fact, you were able to break the cycle, break the vicious circle. You found replacements, and it was easy for you at the beginning. It took some time, but it was easy. And you did it. Some people have difficulties breaking habits. It's not easy. Again, I will return again and say it's just willpower. If you don't have the willpower, then you cannot do anything with it. If you have the willpower and if you want to do it, you will do it. So it's really important. So how long does a habit become integrated in your system? Well, according to most studies and most scholars agree on that any habit, bad or good, will take 66 days to be integrated in your system. So for you to remove a bad habit, you need to find a replacement to the cue. Instead of saying, I'm hungry, so I'm going to ask for junk food, or I want to be fit, but I laze around and watch streaming channels and platforms, then the first step is accepting that you need to change, and then doing it. And by doing whatever replacement, you should be very merciful and very compassionate to yourself. Don't stress yourself out. If you did it once and you're not able to do it again, then be aware and say, yes, there was a problem. I will overcome it, and I will try again. Keep trying. For example, I would say, if your body is unhealthy, if you're overweight, and you want to go to the gym at least 3 times a week, 4 times a week, but what happens is that you only went once. That's okay. You did something. You don't have to do exactly what you intended to do, because at the end of the day, it is you who are looking at yourself and saying that this happened, unless there's something else. As long as you are trying, as long as you are aware, as long as you know that going at least once to the gym is a good thing, maybe you try and adjust your time management so that from going once you can go twice, and maybe going 3 times and achieving it. And this I discuss a lot in my sessions regarding the morning rituals. If you want to wake up early, you don't go straight to the optimum time you want to wake up. You take it step by step. So today, for example, if you want to wake up at 6, okay, and you usually wake up at 8, 9, so you start with like 7, and then you go and downgrade every while to half an hour, and then 6:30, and then 6. Maybe if you have enough willpower, you can do it to 5. I started out in the morning rituals and the 5 a.m. club membership. I started out at 5:30, and then it went down to 5:20, and then it went down to 5:15, and then 5 o'clock, and then 4:50, and now it's 4:45. And I was really thinking these days, because I really don't have time for myself just to read and absorb new information and enjoy the mornings, the solitude of the mornings. I was thinking of starting from tomorrow at 4:30 instead of 4:45. So I'm downgraded into 15 minutes. This entails that I need to have a routine, and this routine is equal to your habits. So my habits in the evening is very similar every day. I don't think about it. I do exactly what I want to do. And it's a good habit. Instead of my bad habit, which was like, for example, going and smoking a water pipe or shisha, as we say it in Egypt, every day for an hour. So instead of that, I replaced it with reading. And instead of wanting to go, I replaced it with sitting with my family, enjoying some quality time with my family. So it is really important. Bad habits we all are guilty of them. We all have them. But you can always remove them. So at the end of this episode, I want to give you some key advices of breaking a bad habit. 1, you have to accept that this bad habit happened because of the mindset you had. Number 2, you have to have someone to help you, to guide you, to call when you are about to mess it up or make a bad habit. Call that person. It could be your brother, it could be your wife, it could be a friend, it could be anyone. Call him or her and tell them, I'm going to mess it up, so help me out. So that's number 2, call a friend. Number 3, always find replacements to your bad habits, okay? And keep and always find good and healthy replacements, okay? Number 4, your triggers, the cues that happen for these bad habits, you need to be aware of what are they, what happens, and you need to remove them as much as you can. So it's very important. So these are my 4 takeaways from this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm waiting for your replies down here or on my Facebook page kaizen.co.eg or on LinkedIn again with the same name kaizen.co.eg. I want your honest opinion about the episodes. What things you liked, what things you don't like, what things you want me to discuss more. I'm waiting for your replies and reviews. Thank you for your time. God bless and stay safe. Goodbye.